everyone. Let's look at online essentials. In our previous lecture, we talked about computer essentials. Now we want to look at online essentials. So the first thing that we are going to look at is connectivity. We'd like to see how devices are connected using various connections. That is, for example, we can talk of the Bluetooth or the internet or other ways of connecting, be it a wired cable or any other connections. Now I would like to start with the Bluetooth connection. Normally we use Bluetooth to connect devices such as headsets, earphones and mobile phones, and it allows devices to be paired to each other at a short range of 10 meters. So normally that's a way we make use of the Bluetooth. The symbol for a Bluetooth, or that will show that there is a Bluetooth, is this symbol here on my diagram here. That is the symbol that normally signifies the Bluetooth. But how do we connect to a Bluetooth? Remember, we talked about the operating system. My notes are using Windows 10, but my computer uses Windows 11. Let's start with the Windows 10 to benefit those who use Windows 10. Then we move on and I'll demonstrate using my computer, which is using Windows 11, so that those who are using Windows 11 will also benefit. So what you need to do is to click the Start button. Then you can select the setting icon. You go to Devices, you click. After clicking that, you'll see Bluetooth devices, printers and mouse. Click on that and turn the Bluetooth on. So this is how you connect that. And of course, after clicking on, you need to pair the device. So you need to add the device or other devices. Then you click the Bluetooth, and you are going to see that the two devices will see each other. Now I'm going to demonstrate using my computer. You go to your Start button, you click that, you go to Settings, you go to Bluetooth and Devices, and as you can see, my Bluetooth is already on. If you want to turn it on, you then click on like that, and you click the Bluetooth, and you add the device. That is, you now select the device that you want to add, and then after that, you then click the Bluetooth, and then a connection is done. Now this is how you connect using a Bluetooth. Suppose you are done with your Bluetooth, how do you disconnect? To disconnect a Bluetooth, okay, before we disconnect, we said after connecting, of course, you need to pair the devices. You see the device and you connect and you click done. Then the connected devices appears under other devices as paired. It will actually show that it is paired. So this is how you connect a Bluetooth. Now to disconnect a Bluetooth, you click the Start button again. You go to Settings, Devices. You go to the name of the device and you remove the device by clicking Remove Device, and you click Yes. So class, this is how we connect and disconnect a Bluetooth device, or this is how we pair or unpair using a Bluetooth to our devices. Now, in the first lecture, we talked about the introduction to computers, and basically we talked about the hardware and the software. And as we discussed about the software, we said we've got examples of softwares that we use in computers, and we said we have what we call operating systems, and we've got what we call applications. Now we want to look at how do we manage the applications that we discussed in the first lecture. Particularly, we want to look at how we install, how we uninstall, and how we shut down a non-responding application. So these are the three basic things that we want to look at. The first thing we want to look at is sometimes we need to install from a CD or a DVD. So if you want to install an application from a CD or a DVD, the first thing that we do is to insert a disk into the computer, and then you install your CD or your DVD. And of course, after installing the DVD, there are steps that are going to be displayed on the screen, and you need to follow the steps. After following the steps, the last thing that you need to do is to type the administrator password or provide the information if prompted, and then the application is installed. So we can find our application in a CD or a DVD. So this is how we install if the information is coming from a CD or a DVD. Now we want to move on to the application from the internet. Now from the internet, normally if we want to install an application from the internet, sometimes it can be free, sometimes it can be there is need to purchase that application. So these steps are normally used when we are installing a free application. So what you need to do is to click on the appropriate link. Probably you want to install a WhatsApp web. You just click, or you type it on as the URL, or on the URL, or on your web page that you want to WhatsApp web download. You click on the link and you install the application directly from the website, or you can download it or install it later. Then if you want to install it immediately, what you do, you click open, and then you allow that application to run on your machine. After allowing it, there are steps that are going to be written on your screen or displayed on the screen. You need to follow the steps, and lastly, you need to type the administrator password or provide confirmation if prompted. So this is done when you want to immediately install the application. But if you want to install the application later, you click save. The installation file will download to the computer. Double click the installation file to install, and follow the steps again displayed on the screen, and you also type the administrator password or provide confirmation if prompted. So you're going to see that when we are installing the application, like what I've said, sometimes we get the application as a free application, or there is need to purchase that application. For example, you want to install the latest Microsoft Office package. You need to purchase that from the Microsoft Store. So how do you do that? You go to your Start button, you scroll the Microsoft Store title and click the Microsoft Store title. If it is the Microsoft Store tile, and then of course you click Get, and after clicking Get, you need to do the payment or to enter the payment details. You click Buy and you enter the payment details, and we are good to go. So this is for those who want to purchase the applications from the Microsoft Store. So this is how you do it. But how do you uninstall an application? To uninstall an application, you click the Start button, you go to Settings, you go to Apps, and you uninstall. And you click the Uninstall button, and if necessary, you can click Yes to confirm the uninstall, or type in the administrator password. Just to check, after clicking that, you can restart your machine. Again, you do the same process. Click the Start button, go to Settings, go to Apps. Just check if you've successfully uninstalled your application. You can see the application missing on the application list. So let me just demonstrate using my computer how you uninstall an application. You click your Start button, you go to Settings, you go to Apps, and then you go to your installed applications. They are going to be displayed. So if you want to uninstall, you just right click, you just click here, you see the uninstall button here. So suppose you've uninstalled this, it means that if you restart your computer and you follow the same process, you are not supposed to see the Adobe Creative Cloud on the application or on the installed list installed application list. So this is how you uninstall your application. How do you shut down a non-responding application? Sometimes you open your Word document, and when you try to type, it changes the color to a grayish color, or it stops, it just freezes, or it doesn't even allow you to type anything on the page. What do you do? It means that it is now a non-responding application. So what do? What you need to do is to press Control Alt Delete in order to forcibly close that application, because normally when you try to close such an application, it will refuse. So what you need to do is to press the Control Alt Delete at the same time. You click the Task Manager, and then you select that application that is refusing, that non-responding application, and then as you click that, you click End Task, and it will close that application. What are we saying? We are saying if it is a non-responding application, you press Control Alt Delete like what I've done, and you search for the Task Manager like this. If you search for the Task Manager, you then select that application which is not responding, and if it is Excel, you then click it and then right click it, and then you click End Task, so that you close that Microsoft Excel window. So class, this is how you click a non-responding application. Now we want to switch on to another topic, which is networks and internet. Under this topic, we are also going to look at the network and outline its purpose. Of course, we need to understand the internet and identify options for connecting to the internet and other things. Now, the network, we need network, remember, to share information and for computers and devices to be connected. So we can share information and resources when we are sharing data and information using shared storage devices, when you are sharing hardware devices such as printers, when you are sharing applications by accessing applications running on remote computers, when you are communicating using tools such as emails, when you are sharing an internet connection. So these are the ways we can use that when you are sharing resources. Then when we are connecting devices and computers in networks, it can be done physically or wirelessly. So we've got the physical connection. Normally we use the physical wires, while for the wireless we use infrared radio frequencies to share information. So we can either use infrared or radio frequencies to share. Now, these computers, computer networks, they can be connected on a very small network, that is with as little as 2 computers or devices connected, or with it they can be connected with thousands of devices connected. So when we are connecting only a limited number of devices on a very small geographical area, it is called a local area network. But when we are connecting our devices on thousands of connected computers, it is called a wide area network. Still on that, sometimes as users, we need to download or upload our data. So what is this downloading? What does it mean? It means that we are copying a file containing data from a remote system to a local computer or device. Suppose you want to download a certain application from the internet so that you install it in your computer or in your device. So you are simply copying that file from a remote system, and then you are copying it to a local computer or to a device. So that is downloading. But if you want to copy data from your computer to a remote device, this is now uploading. So, for example, you are doing an application on a portal, probably it's a university application, but they've asked you to upload your certificates. So what you do, you get your certificates from your documents or from your computer, and you upload them to their platform or to a remote platform or to a remote computer that is now uploading. You are taking them from your computer to another remote computer. So we call that uploading. So that's the difference between downloading and uploading. I know we normally use these words, but we don't really know what they mean. So this is what we will be actually doing. We are taking it from our own devices to another if you are downloading, or taking it if you are uploading, or taking from another remote point to our devices. Now the internet, it is a worldwide system of interlinked computer networks connecting billions of computers and devices. So as you can see, this is showing us the internet. In actual fact, it is representing the ISP. ISP is connected to the firewall. Why? Because we want to protect our network. Then we've got the switch, which is going to do the connection to our devices. So the PCs are connected to the switch, as well as the access point and all the other networks, the other devices, the printer, the server are all connected to a switch. So this is the structure of the internet. But how do we connect to the internet? We connect to the internet using an internet service provider, normally the ISP. Here we can talk of quite a number of ISPs. We've got Tier 1, we've got Econet, we've got Net1, and we've got quite a number of them. But we are saying the options, when we are connecting to the internet, we can connect through a wired network where we are making use of fixed cables such as optic fiber, DSL, and cable television lines. Or we can connect using mobile phone network where we are using mobile devices to the internet using mobile technology. Then we've got the wireless networks where we make use of wireless enabled devices to connect to the internet wirelessly, such as Wi-Fi, satellite, and other wireless connections. So this is how we connect to the internet. But how do we connect to a wireless network? So to connect to a wireless network, if you've got a wireless enabled computer, you go to your taskbar. At the far right, you find the wireless icon there. If you click that, if you click the wireless icon, it will give you the name of the wireless connection or the wireless network. And to show that your network is a secured network or it is an open network, it is actually written. If you click on that, it is written, connected, and secured. So it will show the status of your network, that it is connected and it is a secure network. But if it is open, it will show that connected and open. So if it is open, it means that it doesn't require any credentials. You just need to bump into the network, access the network. Nothing else is required. But if it is secured, it means that if you want to connect to the network, you need to enter the password and all the required information. So this is how you connect to a wireless network. To disconnect, of course, you click again on the network taskbar. You go to your taskbar, you click on the network, and you click disconnect to disconnect you to a network. Now we want to move on to some of the activities that we find online. For example, we talk about the terms World Wide Web, the URL, and the hyperlink. Why do we need internet? We want to look at that, the functions of search engines, the common examples of search engines, how to carry out a search using a keyword, and other things. So I'll just browse through the World Wide Web. The term World Wide Web, often used in the WW or the web the internet are normally used interchangeably, but however, looking at the World Wide Web, it is a collection of linked documents. So we are saying a World Wide Web is a collection of web pages or other resources which are stored on the internet servers. So on the internet server, what do you find? We find something stored there, and what is that something? That is a collection of web pages or of linked documents that are called web pages, or other resources. Again, we can find them there. So this is a World Wide Web. So these World Wide Web pages are grouped together and connected in various ways in a website. So to access the web pages and resources, you need to make use of the web browser. Examples of web browsers, we talk of the Google Chrome, the Internet Explorer, that is the Microsoft Internet Explorer. We've got the Mozilla Firefox, the Apple Safari, the Microsoft Edge. Now, these are examples of browsers that you can make use of. Now, once you open your browser, it will allow you to enter or whatever you want to search or whatever you want to look for inside the page. So what you need to do is to enter your uniform resource locator. This is a uniform resource locator is a unique address for each web page on the web. Suppose you want to open the ICDL page. It means that you are going to type your URL, and the structure of the URL, we start with the protocol, and the protocol normally is HTTP or the HTTPS. Then after the protocol, we then type the name of the website. In my case, I want to go to the ICDL web page, so I will say, please open the web page icdl.com. That is www.icdl.com. So this is the web page that I want to open, or the website that I want to open. Now we've got what we call hyperlinks. We talked about the web, and we said we find the unique address for each web page on the web. But this web uses what we call hypertext, and it is a method of instant cross-referencing. Underline the word cross-referencing, where we are saying we want to link documents and resources. And you find that on most websites, if you open a website, we find certain words or phrases that appear in a different color from the rest. Or normally, when you select such a web phrase, you will be transferred to the site or page that is relevant to the word or phrase. For example, in a student portal, if the student wants to access the library, the student will just click on library, and he or she will be directed to the exact page. So if you want to see that this is a hyperlink, you see it by moving a mouse pointer over a spot on a website, and the pointer changes into the shape of a hand. So I'll demonstrate that. I've opened an example of a web page here. This is the ICDL. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, this is an arrow, but as I move it to news, it's changed to an icon of a hand. So this means that news is representing a hyperlink, and if I open this, it will straight away direct me to news. So this is an example of a hyperlink, where we are saying normally it is written in a different color from everything else or from the rest on the web page. So this is an example of a hyperlink. Now let's look at search engines. A search engine is a website used to search for information on the World Wide Web. Based on the search criteria entered into a search field, you can search the web using a single search or phrase such as I see your computer and online essential. The search results are usually presented as a list and are often called hits. So if you search, probably you are a soccer fan, you say EPL, you find everything written in a list about EPL 2023, maybe probably which team is on the top and which one is at the bottom. If you are okay, I've talked about the soccer. I think it's good enough for us to understand. So these are examples of search engines that we can use to search for information. www.google.com. If you type that, you'll find a platform where you can do your search. www.bing.com and www.yahoo.com, with also www.duckduckgo.com. All these are examples of search engines. Then we want to look at how do we manage pop-ups. Pop-ups are new and requested browser windows that open automatically over the current web page. They usually contain advertisements. In some cases, these pop-ups are so irritating. So how do you block them? Or how do you allow pop-ups on a computer? So what you need to do is to click the Google Chrome icon on the taskbar to open your browser. And you click the More button, and you select Settings, and you scroll to the end of Settings page and click Advanced. And after clicking Advanced, you find Privacy and Security, and you click Site Settings. The site setting windows, under Permission, you click Pop-ups and Redirects. And then to block the pop-ups, you then just turn the blocked slider off in the pop-ups and redirects option. And to allow pop-ups, you turn the blocked slider on like that. So I'm going to show you the steps. Remember, we said you open the new. I'm just going to open a new window of the my Chrome. Then I'll go to the far right, and I'll click there. I'm looking for Settings, and I'll click Settings, and I will click Private and Security. Then I will also look for what? Site Settings. And if I click Site Settings, as you can see, Site Settings control what information sites can use and control, that is location, camera, pop-ups. Then if you click that, this will allow you to disable the pop-up or to block the pop-up. If you want also to block the cookies, again you go to Cookies here and you can block the cookies. So this is how you block or you allow the pop-ups. So again, the process is slightly the same with the cookies. You follow everything, and of course, after the site setting, you go to the cookies and you block. So these are the steps. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to end here. In our next lecture, we are also going to look at communicating online using the email and other communication platforms. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.